Hey guys, welcome back, Marius here, and today we have State of Decay update 18 patch notes, and it was released 2 days back, but of course, as always, automatic updates does not work, and I just manually found out about this update yesterday. So anyways, the patch notes are pretty cool, some new stuff. Let's get into the good part and go through patch notes. So we'll skip the blah 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 part. Don't get me wrong, this is all cool, they have introduction text and everything, but basically this is a summary which, well, we will repeat ourselves if we go through all the patch notes, what I will do in a moment, so we can skip that. So first thing, big update that's now introduced is a green zone, which literally is another difficulty setting, which is easiest of them all. So we had normal, Dreadnought, Dread and Nightmare. Now we have Green Zone, which is literally, and don't get me wrong, thank you for making this. Normal was already normal. It was like, I'm a kind of hardcore gamer myself, but this Green Zone, you see what it includes. Enemies, the less damage. It's like, it's already, I hate reading this out loud because it should be normal. It's like equal, right? It's disadvantage. It's kind of like cheat. But okay, that's my problem. Stamina lasts longer in fight, so that's cool. Another help. Freak zombies are much rarer, which might and will and is causing the problem. We'll get to them in a moment, because for achieving bounty broker things, you need those freak zombies. For example, there's a freak zombie you need to kill with explosive, with car, with something. If they are so rare, you will have really tough time finding them and then killing them in specific way. So this is kind of help, but in the same time setback. All right. What else? Crafting items and building facilities are cheaper. This is absolutely greatest, because no one likes to farm for the materials to build a facility. Rucksacks provide more resources, this is awesome, and scavenging delivers more weapons and skill books. There is not everything mentioned, because there is one cool thing that I think is what I really enjoy, and I was really excited to read about this green zone, is that new community members show up, basically the helping hands, every day. And I had just one question: why it's not kind of built in all difficulties? You know, it's a zombie apocalypse, and if there's a survivor, why couldn't they time after time show up someone at the door and say like, hey, I'm a survivor, do you need help? But no, it's just in a green zone, so you play really green zone, and they're giving you people. I would love to see those people also in some, like, okay, you get the idea. But yeah, let's get to the next part. This is a Pirate's Life. Recently they kind of teamed up, I think. Yeah, it's another Microsoft game, basically. Another developer, another team, but basically, what was the, slipped my mind. But yeah, Sea of Thieves, thank you for writing it down. Sea of Thieves game. They have some cool State of Decay 2 themed flags and stuff, so now also in the State of Decay we have some Sea of Thieves stuff. Long story short, the game is about pirates and everything, so we have Sea Dog, Blunderbuss, Spyglass Rifle, Cutlass, really piratey stuff, and I love pirate stuff, so that's cool, and I enjoy them. And yet again, I need to mention, of course, there's cosmetic things as well as car. Car requires some pretty tough challenges done before you get your hands on it. And again, if you are playing this green zone, each and every one of these items you need to unlock doing specific things. A few of those things involve these freaks, and if you are playing green zone, you will have problems finding those freaks, and thus these items now included also will be further away from you. But that's all good, and there are some plunder packs. Of course, they're changing different content updates. They're swapping out, so it's not all the time. World War II pack, as far as I understand, it's will once again will be available in the game, but these are cosmetic. This is old news basically. The rotation, it's all good. Garden Gnome contest, something I totally missed. No much updates there as well, but this is interesting part as always for me. Other fixes and improvements, which means besides these additional items, besides Green Zone, what else you have? And there are some cool, interesting stuff. So one of the things is now you can see all containers in a building once you have completely secured it. So you can run through the building, and once any building site something is cleared, these containers will pop up and be visible for every one of your played characters. And as they mentioned, as addressed by frustration experienced players are also failing to find that one last stupid container, and it was really frustrating. So this is really life improvement update. And previously there was the ability for scouting especially, so now scouts can still see the containers through the walls before. So basically they enter the room and they know which container you can loot. For other characters you need to secure absolutely amazing. This is thank you. This is, I've been looking for that one last container and running around and getting angrier and angrier. So yes, it's gone. Another thing, absolutely also, this is not kind of easier way, but they raised fuel capacity of vehicles, which means gas cans still provide the same amount, but you can fill more gas cans in the car, which means you don't have to stress out yourself with micromanaging this particular gas can, when to fill it up, so you're not losing anything, right? Because it can't deplete all the gas can, but if you fill it out when there's half of the gas in the car, you basically lose something, right? So now you have a bigger room of error, let's say, and I tested it out. The cars, I think the cars are all filled up, because I jumped in one of my communities and I just run out and the car is just full, like full, and like I never leave cars with full fuel, right? But anyways, absolutely another cool little things, but these little things is what this game is about. The improvement is awesome. Right side panels. This is not a big fan, but I'll go with Undead Labs. They're awesome guys. So now inventory, skills, and radio. Radio is the one kind of tab that were previously separate. And yes, I also played a lot of game and then realized, oh yeah, right, there is this calling in radio. So now they have at the top there are kind of like a tabs you can switch over. You open up your inventory screen or something, and then right away you can switch on keyboard with Q and E from one tab another to see skills, to see inventory, and to call radio. So yeah, this is also some cool, not cool, but yeah, changes in user interface. Cool. Then they improve the way survivors determines when they can interact with the items and environment, checking the character facing and camera facing to determine the intent. This is one of the changes they already implemented some time ago, where you can fill up your car gas tank without positioning your character. This was a huge improvement, and as far as I checked, I had no problems with any such behavior, but it is improved, so you have less frustration and problems. That's what I can tell from this, because I've tested it. It was already, for me, it was way better than when the game was released, so it was improved immensely. So now I think this is a fine-tuning. Just take my word for it. Minor accidental noises from stumbling and falling short distance no longer attract zombie attention. So yeah, when you're trying to play sneaky on harder difficulties, any little noise was attracting everyone. It was a bit annoying. But we have for combat. For combat we have pump action shotguns no longer take durability damage. And they're effectively indestructible like revolvers and bolt action rifles. So I think this is the balance, because I'm not a big fan of pump action, and I think no one is. Like, playing silently was always good, so you need to give some better trade-offs so people play with them. For example, revolvers you can't silence, so no one ever will use them, but they are indestructible, they never ever wear off, so that's kinda you benefit. And I think the pump actions receive something like that, otherwise no one is picking pump action shotgun. That's just my understanding why it's there, the change. Your survivors now move forward slightly when swinging a heavy weapon at the enemy, just when you're outside their reach, so you don't miss. And my only question was why it's only with heavy weapons, because every weapon you swing, and there is not a single game where you appreciate when you swing and like you miss this one little millimeter and you're like, come on character, you could that one step put forward and then hit the zombie, like ultimately built in kind of help assisting. But that's just me. So cool, because when you miss with heavy weapons, well, they have a big swings, so that's especially frustrating. So no more misses. Of course, there's some. We are speaking about little when you nearly miss the zombie, not like you can from far away just hit the hitting button and then you will teleport to the zombies. Okay, that's not the case. They also increased and the labs increased bonus melee damage to Juggernauts from behind from plus 20% to plus 40% to emphasize and make the risk more beneficial. Kind of risk, but whenever you play with someone or you have just a companion with you, you always want to attack from two sides. So the Juggernaut, when it starts turning and hitting one side, other side is free. When it hits the ground and leaves and this plague on the ground, other side is clear. It's always, you never attack from one side. So this will even be better because you will do more damage, because one of these sides will be the back of Juggernaut. So cool that they are actually putting more logical and benefits by doing how it should be done. That's just my way of playing. Okay, and what else we have? We have fixed the bug that could cause your survivor to get hung up on their own ally when attempting to charge and attack zombie. Okay, a little bug fixed. Cool, thank you. Zombie, that was about combat. So, okay, this part I have a lot of questions. I haven't go through the live stream. Probably some of these questions they have answered. I will check up, but probably you will already comment in comment section, but you always do whenever I miss something or do anything. So please feel free to do that always. So the followers, they have improved followers. Now they engage more intelligently with larger enemies. Juggernauts play hard, so I would say I hope for every zombie tribe. So in most circumstances, they should now use guns, which is absolutely want to see that more when appropriate, and avoid area effects more rationally. So my first question, and always I have for the last and every single update, will this updated follower behavior will be reflected also to not only Heartlands but also Daybreak, please? Because in Daybreak we have NPCs, we have kind of followers. If you're playing alone or even with someone, will they attack and be more thoughtful through the fights also there? And I really hope the answer is yes, because this is the same game. This is the same, just a separate mod. Now it's all together, but yeah, hopefully. What else we have? Followers now prioritize human threats a little higher than zombie threats, because hostile humans are scary. So this I know it's really annoying when in a nightmare human enemies can one-shot you down, and then basically you're on the ground, and 2 shots you can be dead in just a moment. So yes, from one sense, human enemies are something you need to focus, but I don't feel that way. In my opinion, when you have 3 freaks, by freaks I mean ferals, that's a mess. That you want to get them down, and some guy, if they don't have a gun, they have just a swing a bat or something, they are least of your problems. Now I have my own doubts if this is a update, but I see some circumstances where it's a downgrade. If then your companion will focus on some dude and beating it when ferals are eating you alive. It's just me, okay. What else we have? We have followers wielding shotguns and fully automatic weapons now experience projectile spread like a normal people instead of pallets shitting pallets in shotgun shell hit everything. So as far as I understand, it was not fully put in the right way, that whenever you had a follower with shotgun, all the projectiles, all the pallets, that's how you call them, hit the target. So now they also have spread, so they also miss if there's a bigger distance. So just a more realistic approach when you have shotgun for your follower. Cool, I like it. And they made a possible for community events to check if given character is your followers, so that we don't have followers claiming to have run off and collected supplies or something while you are staring right at them. So basically, there are some missions where your followers are involved, and I hate to have follower that has a mission so you can't switch it to pick up some loot because it automatically will trigger. I hope that is the same case. So when you have a follower coming with you, they are side quest free, but it's not directly written as I just explained. I still have this problem, but yeah, hopefully it somehow is impacted. And what else we have? We have base management. One of the things, I started a new game with Green Zone just to test it out, and this helps a lot. We have increased capacity of all storage facilities by 10 for every resource. So especially at the beginning when you don't have upgraded storage, this limitation how much food or something you can store, it's, oh my god, it's so painful. Especially when you have a bad luck and I don't know, you find 3-4 rucksacks of food or material. Of course it's great to have them, but when you have specific one way more than you can store, then you have those rucksacks to store in the cars, and this takes up space. No more, 10 more for every resource. Awesome. What else? You can now check community members into infirmary to speed up the removal of partial infection. So this is something I haven't tested because I have no one with infections, but this was the thing that many players assume should be possible, so now it is. So when you are not sick yet, but you have infection, you need to decrease, so you can spend. But my question is always, how much do you have to spend plague samples or medication to remove that? Because that speed up process, it's yeah, okay. We'll see. It's cool. This effect stacks with benefits of sanitizing machine and cleaning stations, because these are the mods for the facilities that reduce the infection time. Infection reduction, basically, that's what it is. Alright, cool. We'll see. Need more testing. Finding a new map via upgraded command center no longer costs. So this is absolutely amazing, because it was really problematic and frustrating when you want to switch a map and you need those game influence points. So basically you're farming something in a map that you're leaving anyways, and it's it was a problem. So switching from map to map, nav is free. You just need to run it. I think the process is still the same. It is 30 minutes. It charges up and basically then it opens for half an hour or something. But anyways, the cost was the problem, not the times when it's opening and opening entrance to other maps. Alright, what else we have? In a green zones only, if you keep your morale at 10 or higher, new potential recruits will show up at your base once per day and offer to join your community. So I was like, why this is not mentioned up there at the top of patch notes where everything about green zone is mentioned? Because this is really huge thing. I will just remind you that you cannot get and move to better bases if you don't have enough these communities, people. So finding people is one of the essentials for improving and getting better in the game. So in a green zone there's a huge advantage because you can, if you are a newbie and you don't know what to do, you still will be supplied +1 person every day. Of course, when you have a good morale, where 10 is really not high requirement, so awesome. This should hasten the process of acquiring new people for your community, blah blah. Yeah, awesome. And again, my question is, please, can we have the same logic implemented and available for other difficulties? Maybe we can increase the threshold. You know, you need morale 30 for Dread Zone to have people showing up, maybe not every day, but every second and third day. It still would be awesome to have something like that. I don't see a reason why there are no survivors that come and offer help in other difficulties, you know? And the last two stuffs are they have made minor audio tweaks, which is, yeah, to make it seem more less like characters were eating their textbooks. Okay, cool. And as always, we fixed minor map issues as they crop up, including an unfinished building interior that was discovered while playing multiplayer with fans of the game. Awesome. They still improve the game, little things, everything we report, they do get out with new awesome things. And this is cool. I am going to still watch full their live stream about the patch notes, because always in those live streams Undead Labs guys, when they represent this, people are asking in the chat some questions that are not always in the patch notes, and sometimes you'll find really crucial answers there, and I'm going to look there as well. If you have anything else to add or ask, I'm getting back, and of course still following State of Decay 2. I'm still well, this update I run back in the game playing it, so yeah, we'll see what more we can have added in the game. Sorry. Thank you guys for watching, and we will meet in next videos for sure.